Hi, I'm Libra. Welcome to your March 2020 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, I actually won't be offering those until most likely April. If I do start them up again earlier than that, I will make an announcement in the community section of the channel, so keep an eye out for that. And at the very least, when I do the April general videos, I'll give you guys an update there as well. As far as what we have in front of us, this is what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works, the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection, and these are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through all those, we'll pull some oracle cards to get some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And keep in mind it is a general reading, so while I'm going to refer to the cards on this side as your energy, if it seems more like the cards on this side are your energy and this sounds more like the other person's, definitely just trust that and follow that, alright? Especially since I do see a Libra card on this side too, so it's definitely possible you might resonate with this side a bit more. Alright, so with that out of the way, on the left side, which we'll again refer to as your side for the time being, in the past position we have the Two of Cups. So, the Two of Cups usually represents a new love relationship getting off the ground, especially in the context of a love reading. But what always stands out to me about this Two of Cups in particular is, for one, if you look in the background, we see the lightning there. It looks like there was a storm going on, right? Looks like there's water all over. One of these cups is knocked over. So it doesn't give you the vibe of the typical Two of Cups, right? Which we think about Two of Cups in the traditional tarot. It's the two people front and center holding their cups toward each other, facing each other, and everything seems fresh, right? It's a very sunny atmosphere. So what this tells me is in the past, there might have been a desire between the two of you to get things off the ground, but it might have been a bit rocky as far as, let's say, for example, if you want to look at the artwork and take it that way, one of you might have been trying to get from an empty cup, which is to say one of you might still not have been over a previous connection, and that could have been the difficulty. So where the feelings might have been genuine, right? I mean, they're definitely, they definitely seem to be interested in each other. One of you just might not have been over a previous connection, or maybe you just had some things that you're working on in other areas of your life that might have made getting the connection off the ground a bit rocky in the past. Past position on their side, we have the Queen of Swords, which is actually the court card for Libra. And we have the Knave of Wands, which is the equivalent of the Page of Wands. So, interesting energies to see together, because the Queen of Swords energy is usually, I wouldn't necessarily say detached per se, but they definitely try to rely on logic and balance, right? They want fairness. Whereas the Knave of Wands energy, that Page of Wands energy, could be a little bit more rash and hasty in their decision making. So, for one, again, given that this is the card that represents your energy, this could just be saying that in the past they had a lot of their focus toward you, and due to that they actually took some action toward you, right? So that could have been where we see, like I said, that Two of Cups dynamic. And if that's the case, at least on the surface, it would seem a little bit more likely that it might have been you guys who weren't over something from the past at that point, if that's the case. But obviously it could have been the other way around too, because again, it is the Knave of Wands energy where, they might make a bit of a rash decision to make a move towards someone, even though they might have been the ones that weren't ready. But that's what I'm seeing there. And also with these two energies, there could have been some distance between the two of you as well. So, physical distance, meaning maybe you guys live in different cities, and maybe that was even some of the difficulty in getting the connection off the ground in the past. Alright, in the present position on your side, we have Fortune, which is the equivalent to the Wheel of Fortune in traditional tarot. Seeing this in the present, for one, it looks like this person's at home, relaxed, right? So obviously, if we look at this as Jupiter energy, you guys have Jupiter in your 4th house. So this could just be saying that maybe you guys have been keeping to yourself quite a bit lately. But maybe you're getting some signs, maybe even through music, because what I think of here, it looks almost like a ghostly figure in the room, right? And it looks like they're trying to communicate with her. So between that and she's holding an instrument, maybe you guys have been getting messages through songs, maybe even something you see or hear on TV that makes you think of this person. Keep in mind that at the time of recording this, we have Mercury retrograde in Pisces. It's actually backtracking toward Aquarius. So for some of you guys, this could definitely hit your 5th house of love and romance. And if we think about how that can also tie to creativity and music, you could definitely see the connection there, where maybe you guys just getting some energy that's making you think of this person again. And maybe even nudging you to make a decision in some way, shape, or form as well. Present energy on their side, we have the Four of Wands, which is Aries energy, and we have Judgment. So these two energies coming up is interesting as well. For one, Four of Wands, again, like I said, is that Aries energy. It also represents a bit of stability, a bit of a celebratory atmosphere. But in this artwork in particular, it does look a bit more playful too, right? So you could almost think of that Page of Wands energy again, where someone might be taking a bit more of a youthful, playful attitude toward a connection. But with the Judgment here, it does represent that there's at the very least a desire by this person to give this connection another go. So like I said, with that Two of Cups, it seems like there might have been some difficulty getting things off the ground. But it could just be one of those things, again, like I said, the retrograde energy as well. Could just be one of those things where you guys might be thinking about each other again and hoping to get things off the ground. And if I'm not mistaken, Venus is actually traveling through these degrees of Aries at the time I'm recording this too. So could be pointing to that as well. All right. In the future position, interestingly enough, we have Four of Staves on your side. So now that's the same as that Four of Wands energy. And Contemplation. So this is actually the Hermit card. So, well, the equivalent to the Hermit card, rather. So what this has me thinking is possibly around the time of the Virgo full moon, because there's going to be a Virgo full moon, I think, just after the first week of March, and that's going to be near 12th house. Maybe you'll be reconsidering as well, if you could actually build something stable with this person, so now, as opposed to that Two of Cups, where, like I said, it might have just been, there could have been genuine desire between the two of you to get things off the ground, but something might have been standing in the way, whether it be distance, maybe one of you wasn't over a previous situation. We could go down the list forever, but that's what I'm seeing here, and it might even be that they extend that offer to you with the Four of Wands, and this is you considering if you wanted to accept it or not. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing some significance of this card popping up here with not just contemplating it, but it's also a timeline of when you might be contemplating it. So definitely keep an eye out for that full moon in Virgo. Trying to see if anything else comes to mind here. Well, and I mean, keep in mind for you guys, Aries is your opposite sign too. So this could be, you actually are considering this for long-term potential. Future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is actually some Sagittarius energy here. Now, what I will say is we do see a progression a bit as far as we have the Knave of Wands in the past position, and now we see the Knight. So there's some progression there. But this is an energy that still has the reputation of being a bit in and out, right? But this could just be, again, especially if you guys are at a distance from each other, maybe there's some discussion of travel plans. Maybe they're going to come visit you or vice versa. Now, keep in mind, too, the Sagittarius energy for you guys is actually your third house of communication, so that could just be pointing to that as well, which is saying that they could just be opening up the lines of communication with you, a lot of back and forth as far as that goes, and obviously it could be passionate communication since we're talking about Wands energy. Trying to see if anything else comes to mind there. There's nothing really going on in your 9th house right now, so I'm not seeing any true indicator of that, although I think in early April, Venus will move into your 9th house, so if you want to look at a timeline there too, that's a possibility. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Ace of Chalices. So yeah, at the very least, whether they physically make that offer or not, it seems like it's definitely on their mind that they do want to make a love offer to you. And like I said, maybe that's what it is. And maybe this is for some of you, maybe they will actually reach out. And that'll be why you're contemplating if you want to go there with them or not. And bottom of the deck on your side, we had the King of Staves. So pretty confident energy. Maybe you're spending a lot of time with friends. But yeah, I'm feeling like this is more of that confident energy. And like I said, we are going to have Mercury at least briefly dip into Aquarius, which is your fifth house. So, given that Leo's the natural ruler of the fifth house, could just have your mind on romance and creativity at that time. So, that could be what this is pointing to as well. Alright, moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we're going to see if we get anything from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck. And for those of you who haven't seen this type of reading from me before, I actually do pre-shuffle this deck before I start recording. And I'm just going to be looking for some jumpers here. So first I'll be looking for any unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I just take that as a sign to keep it moving, since it's just a general reading. But let's see if we get anything. Like I said, first we'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them. Okay, nothing coming up yet, and I'll give it a couple more shuffles. Alright, nothing there, so next we'll see if we have any unspoken messages from them to you. Okay, almost have one there. Alright, I'll give it a couple more shuffles, but doesn't seem like anything's come up here either. Yep, nothing there. Alright, so last thing we'll do is we'll look at the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, see if we get any additional guidance here. Same situation, I pre-shuffled this deck, but here we're just looking for one card, then we'll wrap up. Already got one. Okay, so we got exchanging gifts. So, interesting. Maybe that could be what's at play too. Maybe the actual offer might be a gift that they send to your home, but we'll see if that's the case. There's the artwork, and the number is 27. Okay, it says the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing cost, and determining value. The Oracle's message: you're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do, do, do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. So definitely an interesting message there, and maybe that's what the fortune and the present energy is pointing to as well, which could just be saying that, things might be starting to take off for you guys in multiple areas of your life, and maybe now you're having to choose, what you can commit to, what you can give your energy to, what you can't, right? The relationship message says love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it's reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you too. Love is truly yours today. So, definitely an interesting message there as far as give and take. And like I said, I do feel like in the past there probably was a genuine at least effort to provide that give and take. But like I said, seeing that cup on the ground and the stormy background to me shows that the timing just might have been off between the two of you in the past. Seems like this person's interest, for the most part, has been pretty unwavering. So, I mean, if it was you who might have had some unresolved stuff, it seems like, they've probably been pretty patient throughout. And it doesn't look like their interest is wavered. As far as yours, maybe you're still a bit more undecided with the Four of Wands and then the Contemplation underneath it, but it looks like you're at least giving it some thought as well. Like I said, maybe it's just a matter of the retrograde energy at play dipping into your fifth house. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.